Motorcycle Riders Hub started about 7 or 8 years ago. It was an idea. We used the videos in our learner training, in our practical training, and I wanted to take that to a bigger audience. So over a period of time, developed the process of videoing the instruction that I gave. And just because we gave instruction kind of on a board or on a diagram, it didn't mean that that was going to be a help for somebody, because some people are more visual. They want to see it being done on the bike. So we developed the video program that we have in Motorcycle Riders Hub based on an explanation of how to do something. So it might be some board work or an animation of how to do. So the module 1 as an example, or the board work on how to negotiate a left or right hand turn at a junction or roundabout. And then there was a demonstration, so actually videoing a rider doing that. And that put the videos together, and it took many, many months to do that. And we went from CBT all the way through the process of starting in the car park. So in your CBT, element E was the road work, element C is the car park work. So we concentrated on the car park work and then took it to the road. So all the bits that you need on the road, so riding in towns, riding in rural and urban areas, and riding in city centres, along with how to negotiate hazards and junctions and roundabouts and traffic lights, and all of those videos kind of opened up so that learner riders are going to be much safer on the road, ultimately saving them some cost. Because if you know what you need to do before you arrive at your CBT, then the CBT will be easier. And it doesn't mean that you've got to skim things, but it means that you've got an understanding before you arrive. And then obviously the module 1 is a real big problem for a lot of people. They're frightened of going into an environment that is unfamiliar. So the idea of the module 1 is to give people a bit of familiarity, to relieve the stress and the anxiety. And people have said when they first went into the test centre without any education before that, they just saw a sea of cones and they didn't understand them. So the module 1 course takes them through the whole process of going into the test centre. It explains all the exercises in depth. It tells them where to do things specifically, where to do observations, lifesavers, how to accelerate and make the speed limits that are required with the avoidance and the emergency stop. So all of that is in place, and it's a really, really, I would say, technical aspect of getting through the test. You can watch it on YouTube, but you don't get the instruction from that. You just see it being done. So that's what that does. And then the module 2 is exactly the same. It goes through every aspect of the whole test. So if you had a look at an examiner's marking sheet as an example, you would see probably about 50 or 60 boxes where the examiner has got to where they mark the candidate on test, and every single one of those criteria has got a lesson in Motorcycle Riders Hub. And then we've taken that a stage further with the Motorcycle Riders Hub. We've got an advanced academy where we've got some really, really high-level advanced advisors who are motorcycle instructors, ERS trainers, professional motorcycle trainers who do it for a job, and they're not just voluntary. And then we've got a very, very strong team of advanced advisors who are police or ex-police riders and trainers who have forged our advanced academy, and they're they've driven that forward, and we now take people abroad in Motorcycle Riders Hub on advanced training tours, and we also do advanced training through the year with our advanced advisors and trainers, and our customers are able to come in, and we have a weekend every month where people can come in and learn to ride to an advanced level for the whole day with our high-level advanced advisors. But they're not restricted to one. It's 60 quid for a day at the moment. It might go up in the future, who knows? But at the moment it's 60 quid, and you can do one or you can do 14 in a year. So you can do as many as you like. And my take on that is to help people develop their riding so that they are good riders. They understand what they're doing, and again, it's about development and getting home in one piece. The slow control course came about because a lot of people are really weak at riding slowly and stopping, and people fall off at junctions or in car parks. So what we've done is put together a very thorough slow control training program that goes through about 20 lessons to help somebody develop their riding skills at slow speed, that helps them to develop into a better rider and basically stop being frightened of the bike or its weight, or going into a full car park nervous that they're going to drop the bike. And you see them all the time jabbing the front brake on, or coming into land like a duck on water with both feet out, and the only brake they've got left to use is the front one. And and someone who's frightened shouldn't be on the front brake, especially if they're steering, because they're going to fall off. So I think it's a really important project that we've got going, is to help and develop people at all levels, from learning to ride to riding abroad on the continent.